Now on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. State lawmakers flee the state to stop a vote. What they're trying to postpone, that's just ahead. And Donald Trump hits back after July's job report, his latest move as he clashes with the numbers. Plus, Gaza continues to face starvation. What more global organizations are saying as the region is pushed to the brink.
And I know we missed out on our chance for showers over the weekend time. It was a bit hot, but don't you worry because we got another shot at it for today before it's wall-to-wall sunshine rest of the week. All that weather coming up.
Well, good morning, Crossroads. And after a well-deserved celebration for the Ganado Maidens capturing the program's first ever state championship, I got a word from head coach James Hart. See what he has to say coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, Crossroads, and welcome to your Monday morning.
That's right.
You're somewhat, I guess we have a week and a half left to the first day of school.
That's right, next week.
So we've got tax-free weekend on the horizon. We've got a lot of events still that are school related, so we'll have plenty of time to talk about that.
Oh yeah, lots and lots of stuff still to come, and it is the first day of the week and the first Monday of August, and guess what? With it being August, it means it's still hot out there. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what this is. It's summertime. Y'all get used to it. Before we get to the heat, though, it's another warm one out there. Humid as well. 75 degrees to start out the day in Victoria. Got a nice, pretty sunrise, I should say, in the background. Pink colors and even purple and violet out there as well. But dew point 74, bringing us a high humidity of 96% again this morning. But no need to worry about fog due to a few factors I don't really have time to talk about right now because of a few things. First of all, radar is clear in the Crossroads, but not up north in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We've got a messy, unorganized cluster or line of severe, semi-severe thunderstorms moving through the area. That will be coming our way later today, thanks to this. Over the New Mexico and Arizona states, we have a clockwise spinning high pressure system. You can kind of see it spinning right there. That's going to swing all that messy mess all our way for later this afternoon. We'll time that out later because before you head out the door, I want to let you know it's going to be another hot summer day, so stay safe. We'll have all those details coming up next.
It's the beginning of August. That means that the school year is approaching. The city of Beeville was the host of a backpack giveaway for students of all ages. The event was a collaboration between the Coastal Bend College, Beeville, and Telemundo Victoria of our company, the Victoria Television Group. It started at 10 a.m. and lasted until 3. It was the first time the event was held in Beeville.
We had an amazing turnout, and really the larger part of the event and the focus was really to invest in our community early on for our students and to make sure that we're giving them the foundation to start their educational career and that they're ready for that as well.
Over 400 backpacks were given away to local students. The free community event also featured food trucks. Coastal Bend President Zachary Suarez says it was a fun event that helped them engage with the community. Organizers plan on making this an annual event for local students. And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. We want to know, where do you spend the most for back to school shopping? 65% of you say shoes and clothing, 18% of you say supplies, 12% of you say technology, and 5% of you say extracurriculars. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. Victoria County Commissioners are set to meet at 10 this morning. On the agenda, they'll consider declaring August as National Emergency Management Awareness Month and designating this week of August 4th as National Farmers Market Week. They'll also discuss a proposal for a Victoria County Regional Public Safety Training Center, among other items. The court will receive a certificate of the 2025 anticipated tax collection percentage rate. They meet at 115 North Bridge Street at the Victoria County Courthouse in room 241. We're continuing coverage of Citizens Medical Center's finances as the hospital expands. The hospital's experienced a loss of operating income the last 3 years, but in 2 of those years it made up the difference with COVID relief funds, interest income, asset sales, and donations. Another hit was the sale of 4 nursing homes they partnered with under a state quality care program. That alone cut about $2 million a year in income. With pandemic funding gone and costs still high, leaders say they're tightening. They're tightening spending, renegotiating contracts, and finding smarter ways to save without cutting care. We turn now to growing concerns about a recession with new tariffs about to take effect. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, a top economist warns the U.S. is on the precipice of a recession with consumer spending flatlining. This after a troubling jobs report. The unemployment rate rising to 4.2% in July, with the economy adding only 73,000 jobs. The Bureau of Labor Statistics also revising the job numbers for May and June, saying there were 258,000 fewer jobs created than previously thought. On Friday, President Trump abruptly fired the nonpartisan head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Erica McIntyre, claiming without providing evidence that the weaker-than-expected jobs report was manipulated.
I think her numbers were wrong, just like I thought her numbers were wrong before the election.
The president also claiming McIntyre previously inflated the job numbers to help then Vice President Harris before the 2024 election.
And then right after the election, they announced that those numbers were wrong. It's a scam, in my opinion.
Critics claiming it's not possible that the data was manipulated.
This is a preposterous charge. These numbers are put together by teams of literally hundreds of people following detailed procedures.
The jobs report comes as consumers brace for new tariffs set to take effect this week. The prices of some everyday goods, including coffee, fruits, vegetables, and medicine, all expected to rise. Clothing and shoes expected to go up too.
The tariffs are definitely a little scary, so I'm trying to get everything ahead of time.
A recent report shows the tariffs implemented by President Trump are the highest in nearly a century and will cost the average family about $2,400 this year. But the administration says the tariffs will reshape global trade, boost American manufacturing long-term, and return billions of dollars to the U.S. Treasury. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
On Sunday, the UN released footage highlighting the plight of Palestinians in Gaza as they search for sparse humanitarian aid amid starvation. A UN-backed food security agency warned last week that the worst-case scenario of famine is unfolding in the region. The World Health Organization also described alarming levels of malnutrition. On Sunday, a shooting incident near an aid site in northern Gaza killed at least 13 people and left several wounded. Remember, follow us on YouTube, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. The time now, let's get a look at our clock up here. It's 6:37 on our Monday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now Sunrise. Victoria's parks are getting a fresh new look. Upgrades are coming soon.
Texas Republicans advance a plan to revise their congressional map ahead of next year's midterm elections. I'm Nicole D'Antonio in Washington with the details and how other states are threatening similar action.
And also coming up next after the break in the short-term forecast, you heard me talking about rain chances again for today. So coming up next, I'll tell you just when I think all of that stormy mess will get here. Morning, Crossroads, and happy Monday. It's a brand new week, and guess what? I know it's still hot out there. You're going to see that 7-day here in just a second, but we've got rain chances to start out our Monday because, like I was just saying a few moments ago, we're still tracking this semi-messy line of semi-severe to severe thunderstorms tracking through south of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex this morning, which will be coming our way later today. That's why we're looking at the radar right now, because timing it out for today and the Crossroads, looking at your future tracker here. Before the rain gets here, I want to let y'all know it's going to be pretty sunny out there with maybe just a few passing clouds, so I'm going to say mostly sunny. So go ahead and grab those, pack those sunglasses for today, but also pack that umbrella because here comes the rain. Here's 1 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and before I go any further, I'm going to say between 1 to 7 p.m. 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. is going to be our 40% chance for shot for the rain today, with our best shot going to be at about 3 to 5 p.m. Because timing it out, here's 2 p.m., here's 3 p.m. Look at how much rain is expected on the future tracker here. 4 p.m., look how messy that looks. 5 p.m. and then 6. Sometime around 6 or 7 p.m. the rain activity should start dying down, and then we'll look mostly cloudy and then partly cloudy for overnight tonight. And I know you saw a little bit of pink on the future tracker. That would technically mean hail. Don't worry about that too much today. You might maybe see, if anything, pocket change size. That's 1 inch in maximum diameter or less than that, or damaging wind gust up to 50 miles an hour. But our heavy rain is going to be the main threat for today, with some of us seeing up to 1 to 2 inches of rain, so stay safe with that. Otherwise, stay safe with the heat because it's going to be hot all week, and we'll look at the tropics as well coming up next.
This past Sunday, we celebrated the Ganado Maidens' first ever state softball championship. The moment marked for celebration, but do not be confused. The Maidens will defend their title even more focused, according to head coach James Harp.
So, you know, it's an expectation, but it's been an expectation of mine as a coach for 35 years, and it's not going to change. And you know, we're not going to be defending champions because nobody's going to take that trophy away from us. It's already there. So we're going to work to win another, and that's just what we're going to do, and that's what it's all about.
You love to hear it. You love to hear it. Best of luck to the Maidens next year and all of our other Crossroads softball teams. Now, make sure you see the full story on our Crossroads Today website and YouTube page. But that does it for your sports. Until next time, I'm Ray Robinson.
We want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can stream our daily newscast and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Search Crossroads Today Plus. Now to the fight over a controversial new congressional map that could help the GOP turn more congressional seats red. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, Texas Governor Greg Abbott threatening to remove Democratic state lawmakers from office if they don't return to the state capitol this afternoon. Video shared on social media shows dozens of Democratic lawmakers leaving the state to delay a controversial Republican-led push supported by President Trump to redraw the congressional map in cities including Austin, Houston, and Dallas. The Texas Attorney General has said lawmakers could be arrested.
The House rules and the Senate rules both allow for these people to be arrested if they leave.
The proposed map could shift 5 congressional seats to Republicans and help them keep their razor-thin House majority. Texas state Democrats say the move is a racial gerrymander aimed at diluting Black and Latino voters and is bigger than just one state.
This is a national issue. Even though this is Texas specific, it's impacted the entire country. That the balance of democracy hinges on potentially what happens in Texas with these 5 seats that President Trump said he needed to keep a slim Republican majority in the House.
Former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder, who chairs the National Democratic Redistricting Committee, urging Democrats to put up a fight and stop it.
This is an authoritarian move by the White House to try to make sure that they can rig the election, the midterm elections in 2026. And so I think that a Democratic response that is responsible, that is responsive, and that is temporary is appropriate.
Many flying to New York, Massachusetts, Illinois, and elsewhere, where Democratic governors are considering redrawing their congressional maps to counter the one being drawn in Texas.
We know that you are making great sacrifices to resist the power grab that's being perpetrated by Donald Trump, by Governor Abbott, and by Texas Republicans.
Now, Texas Republicans argue the new map is legal and is being redrawn for political reasons, not racial ones. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
The city of Victoria is upgrading Pine Street Park at 802 East Pine Street. The project includes a larger shaded play area with rubber surfacing and accessible features like an ADA transfer station. The basketball court will be renovated, soccer goals replaced, and new backstops added. Construction starts August 4th and finishes in September. The park will stay open during work. The upgrade follows improvements at Brownson and Tidby Reed Parks, with more projects planned for Meadow Lane and Riverside's Children's Park. After more than a decade of public service, DeWitt County Judge Daryl Fowler has officially announced he will not seek a 6th term in office. The longtime judge has stated in recent months that he was considering stepping down. First elected in 2011, Fowler guided the county through the challenges of the Eagle Ford shale oil boom, implementing policies that strengthen both infrastructure and long-term financial health. Now taking a look behind the menu at local food establishments, inspection reports. Inspectors found issues at 4 Crossroads eateries. The Barn in Victoria had 36 demerits. The 7-Eleven and the 6400 block of FM 236 in Victoria had 23 demerits. The Donut Palace in Yorktown had 24 demerits. The Corner Stop in Yoakum had 16 demerits. 9 eateries in Victoria received a perfect score. Those include Domino's Pizza on North Navarro, Sam's Club, Shadows Bar, Sonic on Navarro, the Wellhead Tavern Grill, Commissary, T&T Restaurant, Vela Farms, Walmart Supercenter on North Navarro, and Whataburger at 4302 North Navarro. The time now, let's take a look at our clock. It is 6:46 on our Monday morning. Still to come on Sunrise, a local resident is speaking out about problems with her neighborhood road. All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Justin. Happy birthday, we love you. From Mom, Pop, Jake, Aslan, Popo, and Nanny.
Oh, happy birthday, Justin. And also happy birthday to Corey. Happy birthday to Corey from your girlfriend, Katie, and the children and all our family. We love you and hope you have a blessed day.
And happy birthday to Juliet. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Juliet. And also happy birthday to Billy Bob Thornton, the actor, filmmaker, singer, and songwriter, is turning 70 today. Happy birthday, Billy. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, you can come to crossroadstoday.com, click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and then you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
I think someone just submitted one a few minutes ago.
I think they did. I saw that.
All right, well, the time is now 6:47 on our Monday morning. Happy birthday to Jim, and happy birthday to you if you're celebrating one today.
That's right. Happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I'm sure a lot of y'all saw this 7-day forecast a few moments ago, and you saw, well, for sure, you saw a lot of sunshine, wall-to-wall sunshine at that for the rest of this week. And that's going to keep us in the upper 90s all week long, keeping us nice and hot, just like what we were over the weekend. And something very interesting I forgot to tell y'all earlier, this weekend we had a heat index observed of 124 degrees, 124. Don't believe me? Go follow me on my Facebook page, Meteorologist Parker Cox, and you'll see what I'm talking about. In Victoria City, we got up to 101 to 102 degrees. Bit of a scorcher, and we're going to stay hot just like that all week long thanks to this right here. This is an upper level high pressure system. Winds around that horizontally are clockwise, so like that. But vertically, they are sinking, so that's going to keep bringing some expanding air that's going to keep us heating up in the upper 90s all week long over the desert. They're going to be looking at highs in the 120s. Bit of a hot one over there. But as we go a little bit further into this weekend, you're going to notice another high pressure system, this one forming over the Atlantic. That's what's called a subtropical high pressure system, and that's why we need to start looking at the tropics, because first of all, it's August. Second of all, the Hurricane Center has updated their tropical outlook since y'all last saw me last week, and it's actually right on the money, right for where I had those two possible areas of development over the next several days. And another thing that's changed since y'all last saw me, actually since last night, Tropical Dexter formed, and it's way out in the deep Atlantic as a fish storm. None of that coming our way. We'll look at all that more later on Sunrise.
A local resident is raising concerns about the condition of her roadway. Naldine Maltusevich has lived on J2 Ranch Road in Inez for more than 40 years. She says in recent years, trucks carrying heavy equipment to solar farms under construction in the area are causing significant damage to the road. The Precinct 4 County Commissioner Kenneth Sexton says several steps have been taken to address the issue, including lowering the speed limit for commercial vehicles and extra law enforcement patrols.
I have friends just don't even want to come out there, say your road is so bad. That's sort of not very pleasant to hear. I want the road fixed. I want it paved.
The commissioner is also in ongoing communication with the solar farms project manager in an effort to have the company cover a majority of the cost to have the roadway repaired. The Inez resident says if they don't agree, she will take further action, including possibly filing a lawsuit. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. Trouble is brewing at a Florida detention center with detainees protesting conditions inside. Detainees at the Florida Immigration Facility are on a hunger strike to protest deplorable conditions. At least 24 detainees at the facility have been on a hunger strike for nearly 2 weeks. The detainee says there's a lack of food, fecal matter, toilet backups from lack of water pressure, and mistreatment by guards. And the detainees say they are unable to contact and meet with their lawyers. The Department of Homeland Security denies the hunger strike. The space technology company Blue Origin successfully launched 6 civilians to the edge of space Sunday. The flight blasted off from West Texas. It's the company's 14th human space flight. The crew included cryptocurrency billionaire Justin Sun, who bid $28 million for a seat on the rocket. 5 other passengers were a part of the crew. The mission was the 34th flight for the new Shepard program. Thousands of Boeing workers went on strike at midnight after failing to reach an agreement on a labor contract. On Sunday, about 3,200 members of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers District 837 voted to reject the latest 4-year contract with Boeing. They rejected the last proposal just 1 week ago. The rejected 4-year contract would have raised the average wage by roughly 40% and included a 20% general wage increase. A car wreck early Sunday morning on East Constitution claimed the life of a 20-year-old man. Around 2:42, Isaiah Rodriguez was driving when he swerved off the road, causing his car to flip over and hit another car. Rodriguez was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities continue to investigate the cause of the crash. Bloomington residents will have a chance to be heard today. Victoria County announced in a social media post a survey team member from GrantWorks will visit the city of Bloomington to gather feedback from residents. The focus will be on a plan to replace sewer lines in the area along with other related sewer services. Officials say community input is important and will help shape future improvements. The GrantWorks representative will carry a proper identification. DuBois County leaders are taking action to reduce the risk of future disasters, and they want your input. A public meeting is scheduled to update the county's Hazard Mitigation Plan, also known as HMAP. The goal is to identify and reduce long-term risk to people and property from natural hazards like flooding, wildfires, and severe storms. Residents are invited to a public meeting on August 6th at 5 p.m. It'll be held at the Ann Friar Thomas Homemaking Building in Cuero. From racism claims to a $725,000 settlement, a UNT professor's lawsuit mirrors Texas's shifting views on free speech. You can read this story by the Texas Tribune on CrossroadsToday.com. And we want to invite y'all to experience your new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. All right, Parker, I'm having trouble talking today, so let's go ahead and get a look at our forecast.
Might be because it's super duper humid out there this morning, just like it is every single morning. Look at Lyman, Victoria, that's exactly what we got, at 76 degrees for the air temperature, but look at that, the dew point is now matching that, bringing us 100% humidity, and technically at 100% humidity, we would see a little bit of fog, but right now we do have a few mixing factors, so I don't think y'all need to worry about that this morning. You can see visibility is only at 8 miles, so that indicates no fog. But today we are going to have a chance for rain, going to be pretty decent at 40 to 50% chance with those thunderstorms still moving through Dallas right now. Going to be here between 3 to 7 p.m. I'm thinking. Port Lavaca about a high of 98 today, so please stay safe in the heat. That's before the rain gets here. After the rain, you can see we're dropping down to the 80s, maybe 70s. High of 97 in Victoria with the same timing for the rain, just about an hour earlier than the coast. And the same thing for Cuero. High of 98 as well today. But timing all that out, like I said, hour by hour here going into your afternoon. Future Tracker says about 3 p.m. we'll start seeing some rain in our area, but about 4 or 5 p.m. that's going to be the rain activity. So y'all bring that umbrella out because we got rain chances coming today before it's sunshine for the rest of the week.
All right, thank you, Parker, and thank y'all for being with us this morning. Be sure to join Shauna, Dawn, Matt, Clovia, and Max today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Make it a great Monday.